Hey guys, so welcome to Auroville. So I remember hearing about this place when I was a kid. I didn't think it was like a real place. I thought it was just kind of a joke, but it's very, very real. And I didn't see it again until I was around 23 or 24 when I started doing research about traveling in India. Then a few years later, I ended up seeing a documentary. Well, actually, I saw an article first that was actually done. I want to say it was Vice, one of the early Vice pieces. And then I saw a Netflix thing on Auroville. So it's really interesting to be here because the philosophy that was used to create this place breaks down creeds, breaks down religions, breaks down nationalities into one cohesive human experience. So we'll see how it works now.
I'm very proud of my culture, but I'm so happy to live in India for 40 years.
Okay.
I've been only 7 times to France,
okay.
So I live much more in India than in France. But see, this one are coming from Australia. They are very good tree, you can use it for furniture, house, anything you can do, but they are living 15-20 years maximum. That was the first tree we plant on that desert, which is give us shadow, slowly re-putting life to the earth.
Okay guys, so I just asked Jackie if I decided to move to Auroville, what would the process be? And it seems to be a relatively simple and easy process. Basically, Auroville has a special exemption as a non-religious place here in India. You can actually get an Aurovillian visa. So you'll come here and stay for 1 year, try it out, see if it's for you, and then you become an Aurovillian. Like, this is your home.
We are doing so many things materially, but it's also spiritual in the sense that we are in India. You see, there is a Irumbai legend. 500 or 600 years ago, Irumbai is a village which is close from here, very close, 2 kilometers. And there is a story which says that it was a sadhu. You know the sadhu, this priest, no? It was meditating in the forest, and in the village it was a festival, and one dancer, she came and she disturbed the sadhu. So the sadhu stand and say, I put a spell on that earth. It will become a desert, but in long time, some foreigner will come and the place will get greener again. So you imagine, Indians are always telling the story like that. For 500 years, they were telling that when they have seen us coming. And at that time it was nothing. And we used to be like them. Now there is money in Auroville and all. At that time it was nothing. We come, we go with the thing, we make wall in the desert, we plant tree. You cannot imagine the experience we had with these people.
This is 1970. So actually, Jackie, he is one of the longest residents here. It started in 1968. Oh, excuse me. And Jackie, he's been here since 1970. He basically helped build this place from the ground up, from the buildings to the trees to the philosophy.
We call the matrimondier. The matrimondier is in the center of Auroville. We call it the soul of Auroville. So to go in that place, you go from the first staircase, you have one platform, another staircase, and you have to use 2 huge lamps which bring you in the chamber. In the chamber there is a ray of light which is going through the whole structure on a crystal. This crystal is 60 centimeters diameter. Zeiss, this German company, did it. It took them, I think, 4 or 5 years to do it, to be really pure, and it's very symbolic. There is no timing, there is no priest, there is nothing. Mother say one thing, you go in the matrimondier to concentrate. She didn't even say to meditate, she said to concentrate. So it's really a place you sit inside, you concentrate.
Alright guys, so something that's really stood out to me is how Jackie and pretty much all the people here in general have a sense of calmness to him, an energy that's a little bit infectious. Jackie reminds me, he's like that uncle that, you know, he's like your favorite uncle that comes through and gives you all these tips and life lessons that go against what societal norms tend to be. But as you get older, you start to realize he's kind of right, the crazy uncle experience. So it's really interesting being guided by somebody who's been here so long, lived under this theory, but also understands what the real world is like. Quickly notice, like, this is not a small place. This is a small city, but it's not like a small commune village or anything like that. This has roads and water systems and everything. So one of the most common misconceptions about Auroville is that there's a bunch of white people who've come to India, basically taken over, created their own town. Actually, no. Majority of the people who actually live here are Indians. So it's a multicultural community with people from 45 different countries here, all living together. Here we have the Matri Mandir, the spiritual meditative centerpiece of Auroville.
Les Indiens adorent l'or, donc c'est génial, mais c'est vrai que c'est beau aussi le symbole d'or. Oui, mais c'est vrai que c'est beau. The dentist was coming from France 35 years ago. A dentist is a surgeon. He's a surgeon, really. And when you see a lot of dentists in France or all over the world, they spend their time cleaning caries and making money out of it. It's a waste of time. So this Frenchman, Jacques, which is French, came in India. And what he has done, he made a formation for the Indian woman from the village. Hygienic, perfect, knowledge, perfect. And these women are taking care of the small caries. Anyone can cure a carie. It's not complicated if you know how to do it. Yes. And he's focusing on the operation, which is a real surgery. And that's a dentist. And it works. It works very well.
So something about Auroville that I don't think is being explained very well outside, because myself and a lot of other people misunderstood how the society works here. So everyone earns their own money, and they're free to buy a home and build whatever they want. They can eat as much or as little as they want. Everybody lives on their own, like in any other society in the world. But you also have the option to live collectively in a community, 20, 30, 40 people. It's entirely up to you, whatever you decide to do. But all property here is owned by Auroville. For example, if you purchase a house or you have a house, you can't sell that house. Auroville can buy it from you and then give it to somebody else, but you don't own it anymore. So it's kind of a hybrid system here, as opposed to an idea like a socialism where everybody contributes and everybody has how do I say it, puts something into a pot and everybody can take from it. No, you're allowed to be an individual. However, everybody has to contribute something to Auroville. So for example, if I'm a multimillionaire and then I decide to come to live in Auroville, I would need to volunteer for like 2 hours a day of teaching something, for example, contributing something.
Est-ce que tu es habitué?
Mais même en France, il y a plein de gastro aujourd'hui. Avant, il n'y avait pas mal partie, donc il y en a aussi en Inde.
Oui, non mais en Inde, quand tu n'es pas du tout habitué, que c'est la première fois que tu manges un truc là-bas à l'eau.
Disons, je crois qu'en Inde, tu peux attraper.
Alright, so as usual, I ended up going to the gift shop to get you guys something. Not necessarily you guys who are watching me on YouTube. These giveaways that I do are exclusively for people who follow me on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram at Minority Nomad, and you can get one of these two wonderful locally sourced and made items. Alright guys, we have arrived in Puducherry. This is the consulate of France, who used to have this until, I believe it was 1954. and now it's back to India. Here you see the names of the street are still in French because France built most of this. Most of these streets in the world are French.
Ça c'est une espèce d'amandier ça, mais ça fait pas des amandes qu'on peut manger, mais c'est une espèce d'amandier. French, and when he came back in India after 10 years, he was completely terrorized by the fact what the English people, who he has lived 10 years in England and he knew them well, have done to his country. So he was one of the first one to try to make Indian understanding that the past of India and the knowledge of India was much more important than those of English, which were just here to slave Indian basically. So Sri Aurobindo was the first one to ask the total independence of India. If you go to Paris in the UNESCO, for example, there is not the bust of Mahatma Gandhi, there is a bust of Sri Aurobindo. When Sri Aurobindo was alive in Puducherry, Mahatma Gandhi came to see Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo didn't want to meet Mahatma Gandhi. I don't want to enter too much about Mahatma Gandhi, but I mean there is history rewriting now. Mahatma Gandhi is a good symbol for the earth, but in his actual life he was doing also a lot of mistakes. So that's another topic. But so to say, when Sri Aurobindo, this one is quite interesting. It's a Centre International d'Education Sri Aurobindo. So this one exists since a very long time. In that school there is no note and everything. I prefer to tell you what the French provisor of the Lycée Français told us. One time a young girl came out of that school and she went to see the provisor, the director of the French school, and said, I want to have an impact in the world. I want to go to, what's the name of this big droit international in Paris? Grazie. She said, I want to go to La Sorbonne because I want to have an impact in the world. The provisor looked at her and said, well, the baccalaureate, there is a certain level and all. And she said, maybe I can follow the course for 2 weeks and I will tell you if I feel good. So she follows the course, and after the provisor spoke with the teacher, she said, well, she's good. So she passed the baccalaureate without having any French. She was speaking French because in that school they learn French, but she did not have the French thing, the line of the French education. She passed the baccalaureate, she got motion, and she went to the Sorbonne.
Alright, so we're taking off our shoes. Alright, so right here is the ashram, so we can't take photos, videos, and we have to shut our phones off before we go in, but I'll let you guys know how it was once we get out. So we just left the ashram. It's absolutely beautiful inside, but something I wanted to kind of talk about. Hold on, I'm gonna let this truck go by. The gravesite of the mother of Auroville, and it was really interesting to see how many people were in there worshiping. It's not my thing, like silence actually bothers me, so I kind of went in and got out quickly. But I think it's definitely worth people who are worth a visit for those who are spiritual, who really connect with things like that. It's a beautiful little ashram.
Shall we go inside?
Yeah.
We go inside and we start by the other side, and that's Saint François d'Assise, the Christ. It's completely different time. But for the Indian Revenator, they put Saint François d'Assise with the Christ because Saint François d'Assise had the
Alright, got amazing time to finish it up.
Merci pour le repas d'amidi. Des fois, j'oublie quand je
I'm surrounded by French. Everybody
C'est un
speaks
super
French.
moment avec
And now
vous.
my terrible French is being exposed for what it is. Absolute fraud. Guys, I want to thank Jackie. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Absolutely
to you,
amazing.
man.
So,
Really, how you say? Such a meeting, no?
yeah, absolute pleasure. Amazing guy. Wonderful guy. Thank you. Alright guys, we have made it safely to Mantra. Check it out. Mantra Kodam Resort here. So I want to give you the obligatory room tour. So this is the door. The only reason I really like this door, how thick it is recycled wood. Check it out. Massive. Beautiful craftsmanship on that door. Alright. It's pretty standard room. A lot of wood. It smells amazing in here. It smells like jasmine. Then coming back here, I really like this bathroom. But before we get there, the vanity area. And then here's the bathroom. Look at that. Check this out. India's making a push towards recyclables. Look at it. That's a paper sanitary bag and stuff. So yeah, that's it for our second full day here on this amazing tour. It's been super great so far. Learned a lot today from Jackie. We're about to go grab a bite to eat, then shower and go to bed. It's about 9-ish right now. We won't have much time to like really do anything tonight here at the resort and explore because we take off at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So today's probably gonna be like our most packed day because we're actually in the van for 5 hours just traveling. So yeah, that's it. So we're gonna grab some food and call it a day. So as usual, leave the world better than you found it. And I'll see you later. Well, just in case, I might show you guys dinner.